Hi, everybody. I have the benefits of being part of a great chamber here in Central Florida, the Seminole County Chamber, and we have some great partnerships here. One of them being today our speaker, our guest speaker, Colette Rance from the Retirement Resource Group. She is here to share something that you may be interested in. So, Colette, I'm going to turn it over to you. What do you have that we need to learn about today?
So it's not fun. So let me preface it with that, but it's got a good outcome for you, hopefully. I sit with seniors, anybody from 60 on up, every day. And I had a terrible story from one of my clients not too long ago. And I want to share it with you so that you're aware of what's happening and you don't fall victim, because this gal fell victim to fraud. She, in fact, is out something like $41,000, and she's not going to be reimbursed through any insurance. It's gone out of her account. And of course, she called me in tears. She's like, Colette, I have to change where you're drawing my premium from because that account has been closed. And I was like, oh, okay. Then I got the story, and the story went something like this. She got an email. It said she had a strange transaction from her in her account. Would she click the link here and do a help desk with her bank? And it's a local bank in Central Florida. It's actually national, so it wasn't, some little one-off thing. So it's got her bank logo there. It's got her bank account with, the last 4 digits on it. And so she clicks the link, and sure enough, customer service comes on. They said to her, oh, well, we need to relink your account so that you can do your online banking. And she said, well, I'm not really sure how to do that. Oh, would you like me to take control of your computer and do that for you? And she said, that would be great, because none of us likes technology unless you're like Shane or Andrea or somebody. But, so she gave this person control, and evidently through the investigation of what occurred, they had 2 people on her machine at once, one doing what she could see in the front with, doing these fake connections and looking at her account and so forth, and the other going through her history on her account and downloading it, evidently. And they were able to, because of the information she gave the customer service rep on the phone, access her true bank account, move money from her bank account to their account someplace, untouchable. And they emptied her savings account, like $41,000. And this gal has worked hard her whole life, and this is her nest egg. She didn't have a lot of rocks left. She was counting on those to make sure she could make it, to the end of her life and live comfortably. She's now looking to find a job so she can pay her bills. I'm so sad for her. It's just terrible. So, all right. So there's the terrible story. What do we do about it, right? One, if you get an email like that unsolicited, of course, don't click links. And for the same token, texting is now getting savvy about, here, click here to log on to your account. If you're not sure who it is, if you didn't ask for it, do not click it, do not touch it. Just close it, leave it alone, talk to your IT people and figure out how they want you to handle it. If you don't have IT people, use an independent resource to call whoever it was that sent you the link. For instance, I have other clients who are getting calls from Social Security. No, they're not. They're getting fraud calls from people saying they're Social Security. Can I have your number? I need to fix your account, sort of conversations. If you get a call like that from Social Security, from Medicare, from IRS, from any of these governmental agencies, they are not calling you without some sort of an appointment set up ahead of time. They're not going to call you out of the blue. So feel free to hang up on them. And in fact, if it truly is Social Security or Medicare, IRS, U.S. Postal Service calling you, and you hang up on them, don't be concerned. They are hoping that you don't actually give them information on the phone anyway. Go to Google, go to your saved numbers from documents that you have that are valid, and call those phone numbers to return the call to Social Security. If it's Social Security, if it's Medicare, if it's IRS, they're going to be able to look up what the purpose of the phone call was, and they do not need you to talk to the first person that spoke with you. The information's on your file and it's electronic. You do not have to, engage with anybody. I like to tell my customers, my clients, if you pay your phone bill or someone you love pays your phone bill, that phone is for your convenience. It is not for the convenience of folks who call you, who text you. So if you choose not to answer, good on you. You pay the bill, you're in charge of it. You're not required to be polite simply because somebody wants to blow up your phone. Okay, do not feel obligated. Most of us are going to want to be polite at least, and that's fine. But discontinue the call if you have one hair raised on the back of your neck, because it's probably valid, you know. So one, do not trust unsolicited stuff. Do not trust it. Go around the front door, not have somebody come in your back door. Okay. Two, stay aware of common scams, and they're out there. If you go to the FBI site, you can watch some horrifying scam videos of folks that have had FBI investigations because of scamming, including a former director of the FBI who helped shut down a big old one. It's a great video. Go to the FBI.gov. It's a fabulous scam story. They caught the bad guy. That's why it was fabulous. Strengthen your digital security. I'm reading up notes here a little bit. Strengthen your digital security, meaning change your passwords. And yes, it's a pain. Yes, I hate it. Change them. And make them difficult. Do not put, if you have a Publix shopping app, do not put Publix as your password, right? Make it difficult. Make it something maybe you can remember, but research one of these apps that will save passwords for you securely. And by the way, there are some rotten ones of those out there. So do some research. And I'm not an expert on this. I'll send you who I talk to help you on that. But it's not difficult to find good encrypted password saving programs that are free. You don't have to pay for them. I'm not saying go spend a bunch of money. I'm saying pay attention and do your due diligence, right? Monitor your financial accounts. That's your banks, of course, your credit cards, any financial, retirement accounts you have. Pull credit reports on yourself and your spouse, at least annually, from each of the credit bureaus, because then you know what's happening. Sometimes things can be going on, and in fact, you don't even know it. Somebody's opened an account in your name. What? Why would that be good? Well, then they can make withdrawals and never have to pay them back, but you're on the hook for them and it hits your credit report. All right. The other thing is to report suspicious things. And of course, you report it to the local police, but if it's coming through the internet, Apopka police is not going to be able to help you. Longwood police is not going to be able to really help you. They will take reports. They will start the investigation. But things that come, through the U.S. Postal or through the internet are investigated federally. So you want to work with the Internet Crime Complaint Center, and that's a real thing, Internet Crime Complaint Center. Also, the FTC does investigations. The Federal Trade Commission does investigations. And I hear what's going on in your head. Oh, they're not going to listen to little old me in Central Florida, Seminole County. Well, maybe they're not. But you might be the 14 millionth person that had this done, and you've got the key to shutting it down, right? They're not easy to catch, for sure. Things like AI make it a whole lot easier to capture your voice, to capture you. Have you guys received the call that says, hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? They're hoping you say what? Yes, because yes will open your accounts and they have your voice saying it. So when you get the hello, can you hear me? Give them a question back. Did you call me? Did you call me? Because if it's really a person, you may want to speak to them. But if it's from a number you don't know, you're not even obligated to answer it. Exercise that right. You do not have to do that.
One of the
And
things
so,
I ask them, I say, is this a computer? And then
correct.
I get anything.
Yeah, yeah. And once in a while, you'll get somebody who says, no. People ask me that all the time. So, yeah, they've got such a professional sounding voice that they get you. It's like the voicemails of hello. Anyway, so I bring this to you not because it's my bread and butter. It doesn't impact my business at all, except that it impacts my customers and my clients and maybe even me personally. And I just like to bring information to folks. That's what I do. I'm your Medicare and Marketplace scholar. These things affect my clients and they may affect you as well. And I hope they don't. But if you do, if you've had an experience and you want to share it, do not put details, but say, yes, someone I know had blah, blah, blah in the comments. That'd be great, just to get some conversation going. Because the more we know, the less likely it's going to happen for us, to us,
Well,
right?
you gave us a lot of nuggets. So immediately I thought of, yes, Colette does Medicare, but you gave us a lot of security tips and just FYI, just to keep your private information your own, and not to. I mean, we in real estate, we deal with a lot of the wire fraud concepts too. So yes, I
Yeah,
can sit here.
yeah,
Really, what can you do, and not to feel like, oh, I don't. It doesn't have to be for retirement age. It can be any age. We get these scam
correct.
calls all the time, and you're sitting here going, okay, I don't answer hello anymore unless I know who it is that's calling me, because of things that you had just mentioned. And so it's triggered, in other words. And so, yes, anything that you have a question on, don't feel like, oh, I'm being rude to the person on the phone, I gotta hang up. Well, no, if you have any doubt, hang up. If they really seriously need to call you and talk to you, they'll call you back.
Yeah, they'll either call you back, or if you feel like you should talk to them, get an independently gained phone number. Go to your records, go to your saved numbers. Don't, just because it says, blah, 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 bank calling you on your caller ID doesn't mean it's the bank. That, I think, is called spoofing. I'm not up on the lingo, but I believe it's called spoofing, where they fake you out and make you think it's them calling because caller ID said so. Must be true, right?
Right. They'll pick up that phone that you depend on and call back and verify. We always say that too. We know, call and verify wiring instructions, call and verify. So there's nothing wrong with that. So Colette, how do they reach you? I'm sure that they have a lot of questions or just want someone on their side to say, hey, this happened. Can you give me your opinion?
So I'm at Colette at yourmedicarescholar.com. You can go to yourmedicarescholar.com and find us there, and communicate us with that way, or call and text. I mean, I'll give my phone numbers. Yeah, 407-970-8623. That's a cell phone.
Yep,
It'll text. It'll take a voice call even. You'll hear my big disclaimer at the front, but that's me.
that's all good. I'll put it in the text in the YouTube channel as well. If you like what Colette said, or you want to learn about any of the other business connections that we have that we interview with, please subscribe at our YouTube channel right below. And if there's anything new that you have coming on, please let me know, Colette, and then that way we can do another video in the future. How's that?
That sounds great. I have these tips written out to an email I sent to my customers. I'll be glad to forward it to you if you want to send a link to it, or if somebody wants to approach me, I'll forward it to them, just so that you can look at it. It's good stuff to share with your family and friends.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much, and you have a wonderful day.
Bye, y'all.